Let us first understand the meaning of plug and play tool design, the definition of it. So plug and play tool design means tools that can be added, removed, or replaced without changing core agent logic. So plug and play tool design means in such design, tools can be very easily added, removed, or even replaced without changing the core agent logic. So tools addable, removable, or replaceable without changing the core agent logic. So plug and play tool design is a design principle which lets us to add a new tool, remove a existing tool, or replace a existing tool without even touching the core agent logic. So the agent should not need to know the inner workings of a tool to use it effectively. So in plug and play tool design, agent does not need inner working knowledge of the tools. Agent only needs to know how to snap it into place. Only how to snap it in place, like building blocks. So plug and play tool design, this design principle is like tools should be very easily pluggable to the agent, wherein agents are completely unaware about the tool's internal workings. Agent should just know that, okay, what that tool can do, how to call it, and what response an agent can expect. Only that information agent needs to know. And in plug and play tool design principle, tools should be very easily be able to add, remove, or replace without changing the core agent logic. So this is the plug and play tool design in agentic AI systems. Now let us look at the characteristics of plug and play tool design. Characteristics of plug and play tool design. So in a plug and play tool design, we have standardized interface. So we have a standardized interface. So every tool follows the same structural wrapper. So every tool, it has to follow the same structural wrapper. So we call it the standardized interface. And with this, it will be very easy to plug any new tool we want, replace an existing tool, or remove an existing tool. So in plug and play tool design, the AI agent will have a standardized interface and every tool follows the same structural wrapper. So this is one very important characteristics of plug and play tool design. Now other characteristics, if we look at, so plug and play tool design, we have self-descriptive metadata. So every tool will have a self-descriptive metadata. So tool will have some metadata which will describe like what that tool is about, what it can do, what inputs it will take, what will be the format of the output. So self-descriptive metadata, and agent uses this self-descriptive metadata of a tool to decide when and why to call a particular tool. So in plug and play tool design, every tool will have a self-descriptive metadata like information like the name of the tool, the description, like what that tool is about, the inputs it can take, the outputs it can generate. And now the third very important characteristics of plug and play tool design, it is the independent execution. Now this is very important. Now every tool can execute independently. Like when the tool is executing, it has nothing to do with the AI agent. So that is the independent execution. So a plug and play tool contains everything it needs to run. So a plug and play tool, it contains everything needed to run, like its own libraries, runtime environment, logic. It does not rely on the agent's memory or other tools to function, making it highly portable. So plug and play tool, if I talk about it, is highly portable, wherein every tool has got its own runtime environment it has got everything it needs to run: the libraries, the logic, the authentication, authorization, and a tool is completely independent of agent, like agent's memory or any other tool. So this is a very important characteristic of a plug and play tool, that is the independent execution. So here we have a tool, so everything the tool needs is there with it. A tool will run it run on its own independently without depending on the agent's memory or any other tool. So we looked into the characteristics of plug and play tool design, wherein we saw that agentic AI, the AI agent, it should have a standardized interface wherein every tool, every plug and play tool will follow the same structural wrapper. Every plug and play tool will have a self-descriptive metadata, like the name of the tool, the description, what it can do, the inputs it can take, the outputs it can generate. And this self-descriptive metadata will help agent in deciding when and why to call a particular tool. And plug and play tool, they execute independently, like they contain everything they need to run, and they run independently without depending on the agent or any other tool. So these are like some very important characteristics of plug and play tool design. Now let us look at an example to get more clear understanding. So now we will look at a tool interface example. So now we are looking at a self-descriptive metadata of a plug and play tool. So as we can see, we have a parameter called name, which is the name of the tool. And here we are talking about a weather API tool. The description, it tells us that what that tool can do. So this tool can fetch current weather. Then we have inputs, like the inputs which this tool can take, the parameters. So this tool can take one input parameter, that is the city, and the data type is the string, and the outputs, like what response can we expect from this tool. So this tool will output temperature, which is the float data type. So we looked at an example of a tool interface, like example of a plug and play tool, the self descriptive metadata we saw. So every tool will have a self descriptive metadata where we will be having the name of the tool, the description, like the what the tool does, the inputs, the outputs.